Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah. So this is a webinar organized by the East India chapter of IIM Indore Alumni Association, aimed at helping the incoming batch of PDP 2020 and 2022. So we are pleased to welcome our guest, Professor Manoj Motiani from IIM Indore, Mr. Rahul Rashtan, CEO at Reliance Jio, and the alumni speakers we have with us, Aditya Agrawal, Soumyadeep, and Cyril. To make the best use of time, I would request all the participants to ask their queries at the end of when a speaker completes. And during while they are speaking, you can write your query in the chat box. So, Professor Manoj Mutiani will be one of your professors in the marketing domain. He is loved for his unique style of teaching, experiment-driven style of teaching. So I would request Professor Manu Motiani to say a welcome note to the incoming batch. Sir.
Uh, Hi, good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible and welcome you all to the family called I am Indore. As you all are aware that very soon your classes are about to start, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you would have several questions in our mind. I think this is an effort which is being taken by alumni committee to make sure that we are able to address few doubts which you have in your mind. But at the end of the day, there are few things which you will learn from experiences. So we will leave that possibly when you will start experiencing your course, right? So the objective or the possibly the so-called SOP which is given to me by my team is that I have to take a small presentation to talk about few important points which I would like to communicate you, and these points become a little bit more important given the situation we all are facing. And then for 10 minutes I'll try my level best to answer the questions which you have in your mind, and please feel free to ask whatever question you have in your mind. Don't think any question is important or unimportant or possibly what other people will think, that because that's the way possibly most of the time we hold our doubts which can be get clarified very easily, right? In case if the time will get over, I will make sure that all the questions I will definitely reply you back on your emails so that you go with a little bit more confidence in your class. Now, in order to talk about what I want to cover, I'll just use a small PPT uh, which tries to cover most of the points which I want to talk about in today's class. Now, as an instructor, the most value addition possibly I can do in this particular great session which we are having is how possibly you can manage your class better, or possibly so that you are able to make the most of what possibly you are getting from IIM Indore. Now, in the today's situation, there are a lot of things have happened, and you all are planning to attend online classes. I also had a small online classes experience. This is how my daughter was getting an online class for a few days.
सामने देखे ना ये पता नहीं.
I don't know if you were able to hear the audio. We all were crying our level best that she somehow manages the interest of learning possibly alphabets, which her teacher was trying hard to explain using the online, right? And maybe our experiences would be better because you are not that young, and possibly you don't need to be have continuously reminded that your studies are important. But still, to make the most out of this particular learning, I have few suggestions for you. When you talk about your learning, we expect at least three things from the participant, whether the class is online, offline, or possibly in any damn format, which can happen even in the future. First part is self-study. Now, most of the classes would be driven in a case method. The expectation from all of us as a faculty would be that you would have already read the relevant material. Because if you have not read that relevant material, it will become very difficult for you to make sense of anything which happens in the class, right? And generally, we always have an advantage when we are taking a face-to-face class that your facial expression can actually be very useful for us to know whether you have read the case or not, or possibly if you are finding it difficult to understand what is happening in the class. But this time, because that facility is little limited, my first and the most important suggestion is please do a little bit of self-study. You are no more in a school or possibly in a college where we will be spoon feeding you. You are for us a participant and I am your instructor. So the rule one is try to focus on your self-study. Please do the required reading before you enter into a classroom. The second idea is about peer learning. Most of the learning which in any MBA program will happen based on the experiences which you will share with your colleagues or the groups which possibly PGP office has already reminded you. I understand that there are physical distances between the participant, but thankfully, all thanks to technologies like Geo, we can have our own small video conferencing and have a discussion. Because once you will discuss with your group about what has happened in the class, when you discuss the reflections which you had in the class, you would be able to make much more sense in terms of what you are able to learn out of this particular class. The third thing, which is the most important thing, which I have faced a lot of problem is people become little late in terms of the SOS signal. When we say SOS signal, I hope you all understand save our soul. So it's a subject where you are not able to follow, possibly you are because you missed few readings or because of some XYZ issue. If you're not able to follow, possibly it's a good idea to let the instructor know, right? To let your peer also know that you are not able to follow that particular subject, that possible issue which we are discussing in the class. Because unfortunately or fortunately, most of the things in the entire course would be interconnected. So if you miss possibly a big part or possibly a small part of term one, it becomes very difficult for people to cover up, especially in the subjects which are clearly linked. So if you don't understand possibly the initial lectures of financial accounting, if you just thought that nobody is able to see you, you can remain silent, and one fine day you would be able to cover it, please understand it might create a huge chaos in your life, right? So if you're not following it, you're not able to understand, please either try to use this particular thing in the classroom in a form of a chat box. Tell to your professor that you are not able to follow up, write a mail to him, right? Please understand there'll be some 50-60 participant. He would be or she would be trying his level best to read your facial expression, to read your chat, to understand whether you all are able to follow. But at the end of the day, you are also equally responsible. So please, in case if you face any difficulty, please raise your hand on time, right? So that we are aware that possibly certain things might require a little bit more explanation to you. Generally, the instructors in IIM Indore are generally, or not even generally, most of them would be very, very interested to help you out, possibly by giving you some extra time, some extra material, so that you all are able to manage the pace of the class. The second issue is the role of an instructor. Now, ideally, in the ideal world, means that I should try to facilitate your learning, which means I should try to connect the different pieces together so that you all are able to reach to a common ground. But please understand the classes have diversity. Okay, SOS, as all people have said, save our souls. So when you are in trouble, suppose it's a financial account first lecture, you don't understand what is asset and liability, you need to say save our soul. Don't write SOS to your instructor. It simply means let him know that you are facing difficulty. I hope I am able to clear it. Okay. Now, the second part for any instructor is to create processes which will enable you to learn. Now, we are trying our level best, given the constraint which you are facing, to come up with different things so that you are able to address the problems which possibly student can come up. A lot of material has been changed. By the way, all the instructors currently at IIM Indore are going for training. After many years, we all are now spending time on training just to learn how to handle the platforms which are given to us in classroom. Entire new systems have been set up, multiple screens. We all are trying to create process. LMS system, you have already heard of, that the lectures would be recorded after even some editing. So we all are trying to create the systems which can enable that you would be able to learn. And generally, when you try to raise a flag that you are not able to follow up, please trust me that everyone would like to help you out, right? But in case if you don't respond, and it's very unfortunate that in my small academic career, many times I have found that even good students who face some problem at initial stages, but I don't know why they don't discuss it with the instructor. They try to pile it up. But please remember, in such a fast course, and now because of all this issue, the durations have been further made smaller. If you don't let us know early that you are facing any problem in terms of course delivery, it will be difficult for you and also for us to help you out. The third role would be of instructor to look around and learn, right? By the way, I'm also trying my level best to learn how it can work. So I'm also not 100% sure in online what other things which we have to do, but we all are trying to practice, trying to make less mistakes. But for this year, we will also request you to have a little extra buffer, that possibly there is something which is obvious, which instructor should know about your learning, which he is not able to follow up, right? So we expect a little bit extra support from you, although we are trying our level best to find what all experiments we can do to learn before the class start, but we'll require a lot of your help to make sure that we are able to deliver our content in a most effective fashion. The third is the role of the system. There's a PGP office which is trying to continuously communicate with you, trying to help you out. They have already provided you with all material, etc. So whenever you are facing any problem at the broad levels of the system, PGP office would be there. They already have created all the system processes to help you, but still, in case if you face a problem, for example, there's a bandwidth issue at your end, possibly some group has not been formed, you are not able to form a peer group in the system which institute is trying to create, please let them know so that they are able to respond to you on time and we are able to help you out. We are continuously in touch with you to keep on updating you about all the systems which we have brought in to make sure that your learning happen in the best possible way. The last thing which I want to say before I open up for the questions and answer your doubts is that we are giving possibly, to be very fair, an extraordinary effort from our side to make sure that you are able to learn. But at the end of the day, this time there is a little bit more control in your hand to make sure you are able to learn. So please give your best effort, surely enjoy, but also try to make sure that you are able to achieve the learning outcome for which you would be spending your time with us. Thank you. So there are a few questions. Sorry.
Yeah. So a few participants have asked about SOS, means they want to know about it again.
Okay, so I think the question which possibly, as I see from our participant, everyone understand SOS is save our soul, but in the context of a class is, suppose you are not able to follow a particular topic, right? You have started with the microeconomics and you are not able to understand what the hell is this GDP going around. Yes, please understand the course instructor has a limited interface. If you don't tell him that you are not able to understand, and please understand this point that everyone is different. Sometimes what topic possibly everyone in the class is able to understand, you might not be able to understand. It's very normal thing to happen. So there, rather than keeping this doubt with yourself or hoping that there will be one fine day, something great will happen in the world and you will understand this thing, please indicate that to your instructor, maybe in a form of a mail, chat, that you are not able to follow up so that he can help you at the right point of time. Because you will have an exam also. And on the last day of the exam, if you just come up and pop up and say, I was not able to follow anything in this course or these 10 topics, nobody would be able to actually help you in such a situation. So that is what I mean by SOS.
Yeah.
So I have also got few privately answered questions. So Shashwat has asked me, will the relevant reading would be given to us before the lecture? Yes. Before your class start, you will have all the relevant material before the start of the class, right? Obviously, there will be few exercises which the instructors give. That is obviously after the end of the class, but any material which is required, the pre-reads will be given to you before the class. Thank you, Ravi, for explaining what is the meaning of SOS. How will the peer group would be formed? Tejaswini, PGP office will make a group for you and that group information would be mailed to you well before your classes. You'll have to interact in that group. Outside the class, there'll be a lot of group assignments which would be given to you and you have to work in that team and there'll be a lot of weightage because there are a lot of group assignments. So you have to work in that team, manage that team, work along with them to give the result. So peer group is formed by PGP office. They follow a very, very exhaustive algorithm. So they focus on having a diversity in terms of a gender diversity, experience diversity, the regions from which you are coming. So you'll find a very, very diverse group in PGP1, which would be formed by PGP1 office. How are the examinations conducted? Ashish, examinations for our first year, that means the people who are now in PGP2, for the courses which we were not able to take exam in the campus, we came up with an online examination. So we had a vendor for which there would be a proctor exam, right? So there was a proper proctor exam where there will be a time given to you. You have to write that exam. So there is a proper procedure which is already being tested on your PGP2 student, which is there. Will the peer group be made by administration? Yes, you have for the first year, the peer groups are made by PGP office. Once you will reach to a situation of taking electives, then the peer group would be formed by you. How would the class participation grades be given? Jay, I think the only thing which has become easier for me would be class participation. There would be a person called academic associate, which would be allocated for each courses. They would be there in your class. They would be also monitoring you. We will also be getting the entire recording. Based on your class quality participation, what is the quality and the frequency of the participation, people are graded based on these two participation. What are the factors to form in the group? To best of my logic, PGP office forms the factor to ensure that there is enough diversity representation in a class. So there will be people based on the different level of the scores they have got in the CAT, different type of work experience from which they are coming. So they have their own technical algorithm. So said that PGP office has provided material. Can you clarify? Ajay, I said the PGP office will give you material before the start of the course. You will get sufficient time before it is being done. How will be the class participation taken? Great. How will we get the study material? Saurabh, the study material will be given to you in an online format. So you can click it and you can read it. Will the whole term would be online? I think this term will be entirely online. And what will happen in the next term? I think I don't know the answer. I wish I know the answer. Depending upon the situation of coronavirus, institute would be taking the call. And trust me, Satvik, we all want our students to come back as soon as possible, but there are guidelines and student safety is the first priority for the institute. So depending upon the situation, we'll think of whether the second term should be online or we'll like to go offline. When can we expect the online classes to begin? Sir, your schedule is already finalized. At least I know when I will be teaching a particular section. I think either it has been communicated to you or to maximum, I think in a couple of days, you will get that communication. What is the schedule for your online classes? For each online class, you will get a link on which you will press, and possibly after verification, a similar type of Zoom classroom would be formed. A little bit camera qualities would be higher. There will be an academic associate would be there. The entire class would be also recorded, so that those of you who, because of some broadband issues or internet issues, are not able to see the entire class will get an opportunity to know the main finding from the class. What tips would you like to give to fresher from an engineering background to gain basics in each course? Will the material be provided by you? Bhumi, I think institute provide enough material which is required to get the basics, to get an expertise. I think the only one thing which is required from you is you should have an interest and you should be ready to work hard. If you have those two things, it becomes very easier for you to generate an interest in most of the subjects, right? And so many students do that each year. I don't find there is any great reason why you won't be able to do that. Because if you won't be able to do that, it also questions our admission process. And we have carefully handpicked you. So we believe that you can do that very easily, provided you have an interest and you are able to put some hard work. What about the class participation? Rikshita, I've already answered that. What about the books that will be required during the course? Are we going to get access to ebook? We are trying to also give you an access to ebook. If Amazon delivers books in your home, you can also purchase them online. Instructors, this time they are trying to make sure that the material which we are giving you in a form of PPT, etc., is more than sufficient for you to learn the subject. Obviously, if you want to get some more referral, there is a procedure to buy a book. Library, we have a e-very system which is being acquired already. We're trying to see how we can give you an access of the campus because it worked well on IP of the institute, but how we can give that easily. Good advice from my side. I am still looking for good advice in my life. Never did very well in academics. So I will avoid sharing you my mantra because I never wanted to top. I just passed. So very, very bad guy in terms of telling you how to get excellence in academics. How to get pass, possibly one fine day I'll tell you. There are ways to make sure that you don't fail. You have to work very hard to get fail, but there are ways to make sure that you will never fail. It's just that please attend the class carefully, right? And just do the pre-reading. You will surely pass. You will not be a topper, but you will surely pass. How can we expect to participate in clubs and committees? Aaron, I think there's a session which will talk about that. How class participation would be like. Are the groups fixed or dynamic? Okay. Are the groups fixed or dynamic? Groups are for the first year are fixed. For the elective courses, they become dynamic. You will be given a choice. How will a normal day look like in an online mode of teaching at IIM Indore? You have to see your same home. There will be 3 classes. Instructor would be trying his level best that you learn. You will have your peer group. You will have a class. And trust me, although I was teaching online classes before this Corona thing happened in my online courses, so people do form a group. Generally, the bonding is higher because you don't see them. So the bondings I found surprisingly in online courses was much higher. And when they came back to the campus for those small 7 or 8 days of off-campus or on-campus module, they're much more happy. मिलने की ख्वाहिश आपकी बहुत रहेगी. So it will be a good bond, trust me. How can we reduce our screen time? Any offline material would be sent to us. We will not be able to provide you an offline material. The reason is, first thing, all the things which are available online, we would like to use it online and save environment. Second thing, there are so many addresses, it becomes close to impossible for us in the current mode to send you material offline. Right. So for this term, I can assure you till the time we are online classes, we'll try to provide all the material online. And don't worry, Mayuri, if even if the screen time is higher, if we can survive with Netflix, Amazon Prime, trust me, we can survive with the course material also. It will not increase your number of your eye. How and where we should get the textbook and reference book? Textbook, if you want to buy, you can buy all the books which we'll suggest would be available in Amazon. You can purchase it from there, or possibly you can ask someone to buy a second-hand book. How class participation would be ensured, because in an online system, it would be very difficult to interact with teacher. Kumar, please understand, professor will still give you a cold call. Please remember, even in online mode, we will give you a cold call. So I'll say, Kumar, I would like to know your view. There will be an opinion poll which will be formed where you will have to have answer. There'll be a chat box which will be open. So we have our own ways. We'll surely make sure that we are able to be fair in your class participation. We have to evaluate it. How can we take part in clubs and committees? There'll be a briefing about it. How will quizzes happen online? Preeti, I think there are a lot of hundreds of vendors which are available. So don't worry, when the quizzes are required, there is a vendor which will arrange an online quiz for you guys so that you don't game the system and a fair quizzing can happen. We already have that system and process in the place. It is already being tested on your PGP2 guys. So our PGP2 already had acted as a guinea pig for us. Classroom participation considering, will it also be? Yes, it will be given importance. There is a clear weightage which would be given there. It is important. You have to speak in class, right? Yes, it is important. Will there be any sort of doubt sorting and discussion? Yes, doubt solving will happen in the class also. If you have a doubt, I've already told you, drop in a mail to your instructor. They will reply. And this time they'll reply much faster. And I'll go for last 2 questions. Couple of questions. See, I'll summarize that in one line, right? What will happen in future? I wish I knew what will happen in future in terms of its impact, overall impact in placement and course of material, etc. Trust me, no one has 100% idea. We all are trying to our level best so that we are able to manage everything effectively. Be little positive, right? Positive in the sense, be optimistic. There are other positives which you should avoid, and things will turn off better. There's a second question which we'll put it in quick summary. The last question is possibly your dress code, right? Please understand it's a classroom. So I'll expect that you should be wearing something which you would like to wear in classroom, right? That's the dress code I would like to give, right? And possibly, please make sure that your camera is facing your face rather than something. Don't create something which can be shared on social media. That would be the simplest idea. If you think would like to come in social media in this format, I think it is acceptable, right? I think because the time is up, and as I promised, so I'll request Soham to send me the chat. I'll search your email IDs and respond to the individual questions. The other people who are waiting, thank you so much for your patience. And don't worry, we all are there to make sure that your life is comfortable. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I guess all the questions have been answered. So to the participants who are asking questions about summer placement, so tomorrow we will have another session regarding that. So please attend that. And now we have Mr. Rahul Razdan.
A warm welcome to all the participants in this call who will be joining IIM Indore. have a very special bond with IIM Indore. I know everybody who passes out has a certain bond. I and a bunch of my batchmates who were a part of the first batch of IIM Indore, who joined in 1998 and graduated in the year 2000. So we are, in that sense, the batch of origin for IIM Indore. I mean, we were the ones who started it out, and I've said it in multiple forums. I say it every time I interact with any part of IIM Indore community, that I've worked in many startups in my life, but the startup that continues to pay the best returns and dividends is IIM Indore. Because what's happening is, because of the subsequent batches and how, and now you guys are also part of that community, how all the subsequent batches have performed, have done very well for themselves, done very well for their companies, wherever they've come from, for their country as well. All of that contributes to the preceding batches as well. So I've been a beneficiary of that in a very big way, and I'm really grateful. I just wanted to share just 2-3 points with you. One is, of course, I think Professor Motiani has addressed that, and a lot of it seems to be coming out in a lot of questions that you were asking. The way this session is starting, this academic year is starting, is online, and of course that is because of variables that which are beyond the control of an institute or a group of people. But what I want to share is that because of these constraints, I know it's a bit of an old adage, but constraints do give rise to a lot of innovation, a lot of new methods of working. Some things that you take for granted in the past, those things you do not take for granted. Certain things are made available to you which would not have been available in the conventional format. So I would see it as it's something that comes with a lot of potential advantages. And one thing that I want to assure you is that regardless of how the session starts, whether it's on entirely online, most probably the first term, and then at the earliest, if it kind of gets on campus as well, the relationship with the campus, your relationship with the IIM Indore community and the campus, I think that is unaffected by the fact that you were there on campus on day one or not. Because what I've experienced is when we were in IIM Indore in 1998, we were not even operating out of the current campus, the fabulous campus. We were in a leased building, somewhere on the outskirts of the city. And though it was the first batch, and I think the faculty and the administration of that time had done a great job of providing us the best faculty from all over all over India and all over the world as well as in terms of infrastructure, the way the entire PGP program was devised, the way Professor Motiani was kind of mentioning how the groups are formed in the first year. So a lot of thought goes into it. I think we were beneficiaries of a lot of that, even though we were not in a proper big campus. But what has happened is, every time I've gone back to the IIM Indore campus, ideally it should be a new building, but it hasn't happened. I think somewhere the entire culture at IIM Indore has been such that I walk into the campus as if I was always in this campus. I studied in this campus. So I think that's something that I would want to give you as a takeaway, that regardless of where you start, whether it's online, everybody would be very happy if if the classes start on campus at the earliest. But whenever you come back to camp, whenever you get into campus, I think the relationship would be the same as the relationship between previous batches and the overall IIM Indore community. So I think that's something that you should really look forward to, and do not in any way feel that you've been given a lesser deal. The second point that I wanted to share with you is that I come from a background. I did my graduation in architecture, and there were a lot of subjects even in the first year itself which I had never heard of: accounting, finance. I had never seen a balance sheet in my life. I did not know what debit and credit means. And here I was studying with a bunch of very bright folks who had been doing this since high school. So they had actually done this for nearly 4-5 years, and here was somebody like me who was learning it for the first time. But again, I give credit to the faculty, the way the program is designed, and the way that a lot of it is relative to where you start from. And I think that's what helped me, make the most out of my time at the institute. You pace your learning frame from where you started. You definitely don't need to compete with the other peers, all of who are coming from very, very different backgrounds. So you need to focus on where you come from, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, work on both of them. Do not, it's a balance between, you need to work on your strengths and you also need to work on your weaknesses. Focus on learning. Grades, and then because I've been through that cycle, even though it was like 20 years back, but all of us used to laugh at our grades but not learning. We used to used to treat that like in a sarcastic way. But after 20 years of working, I think that is extremely important. The grades are indeed not most important. Grades are good to help you keep a certain track of how you're progressing. You should challenge yourself for grades, but not necessarily grades between you and your peers. Because grades are not important. Learning is. I mean, again, I'm saying we used to make fun of this line. After 20s, I can say I think this is one of the most truer lines that I learned in my 2 years at IIM Indore. The other point was, I think, make the most of these 2 years. Professor Motiani mentioned in the context of SOS, if you're not understanding something, do not keep anything for the end. That whenever I'll have some time, I will think about it, or I'll work extra at a later time. The curriculum is designed at a certain pace where you're constantly at a, you have to work very hard. So any kind of slack should be addressed at the earliest. Do not leave it for the end. I would completely endorse that point. But make the most of it, because what's happening is, I mean, I've got books. I still keep those books. They're in my on my bookshelf, and something on finance, which I wish I had studied then. Now today I do not get a time. I mean, I don't even need to refer to it per se, but I sometimes feel that, hey, if only I had studied it then, it would stand. It would mean it would have served me better. So make the most of your time at IIM Indore, whether online as of now and on the campus eventually. And last but not the least, I think these 2 years are indeed a game changer. As I discussed also a minute ago, that we all come from different backgrounds. We all come with different aspirations, expectations. So do not in any way, waste these 2 years drifting through them. I think the curriculum will see to it that you don't drift through it. I think Professor Motiani made it very clear. You have to work very hard to not make through it, but you also want to really learn. I mean, you want to make the most of the time to learn, to improve yourself, to change. You actually should come out of 2 years a changed person. I can vouch for the fact that I told you about the background that I came in from. I completely transformed. So I do retain a lot of the worldview that I had before I entered IIM Indore. And the 2 years at IIM Indore really helped kind of open up a new kind of a worldview. And I, in that sense, am the beneficiary of being able to evolve a worldview of my own. When I say this, I speak on behalf of a lot of my batchmates and subsequent alumni. So it is going to be a transformative 2 years. See to it that the transformation leads to something which can be of use to yourself, society, the country, your family, your friends. And other people should, also benefit from what you gained out of these 2 years' time in Indore. So with that, I would, these are the two or three things that I just want to share, share with you. And if it, even though as an alumni, my involvement is much less, but at an emotional level, I've always maintained that anybody who reaches out to me from IIM Indore on any platform, I've worked out a bit of a priority filter in my mind. I may not go for months on a particular social platform, but if anything comes through with an IIM Indore tag, I actually go and do interact. So I mean that bond continues, and I would love to extend that to all of you coming in this year. And I look forward to rubbing shoulders with a lot of you in the years to come in multiple capacities. And I wish you the best of your 2 years at IIM Indore and your life subsequently. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, yeah,
thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So now I will invite Aditya Agrawal. He is from the PGP class of 2016. He has been academic committee secretary. So currently he is senior manager at PNG. So Aditya, please share your experience with the participants.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Paritosh and the team. Hope you can see my screen and I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome everyone, and congratulations. You have converted the best B school in India. Yeah, and I am speaking to you on behalf of as an alumni. So I'm 2016 pass out from IIM Indore, and I'd like to also give a brief introduction about myself. Past 4 years, I've been in the corporate life. So I worked around 3.5 years with Unilever, and now currently in Procter & Gamble as a senior manager, leading the digital go-to-market division for the India subcontinent region. Yeah, so I'm here to talk about like a very short informal session and very few slides that I have on how to manage academics and PURs. So I'd like to share some of my examples when I joined IIM Indore, and this was the most relatable thing that I could find out after the first 15-20 days. This is generally the feeling that people get, and even I got that kind of I am lost. But yeah, as Motiani sir said and as Razdan sir said, what happens is that the support system was so strong in IIM Indore that after a few days, after 15-20 days, you feel well settled. And some of the tips and tricks that I will also share today will be like how to manage both academics and position of responsibilities. To clarify what position of responsibility means, it means that all your participation in club and committees, if you're holding any responsibility, that's what is called as a PUR over here, right? So yes, so how to manage these specifically the term one is the first and the foremost, again, a very old saying, and what you hear is have a balance between your strengths and weaknesses. Use your strengths that you have in your academics as well as in the clubs committees that you have earlier shown leadership to actually gain that extra bit of advantage when you enter, right? So for example, if you're a finance graduate who already has a knowledge of finance, I think so that is where you will spend less time and still maximize your marks and your learning over there. But there may be weaker areas in your portfolio that you would have to spend in more time over there. So it's very important that you manage that balance as you take through the journey and as you're managing both academics as well as position of responsibilities. Yeah. So I'll give you a simple example as to when I joined IIM Indore. Yeah, so I had done some of my experience in the past in various capacities as academic committee. So when a PUR opened for ACADCOM, I actually thought that it would be good to convert that ACADCOM PUR very soon so that I can then focus on my academics as well, because I had much inclination towards being an academic committee member so that I can manage a good bond between the students and the teachers, right? So that was the first guiding principle that I started with. But having said that, it's very important to also maintain a balance. And this is where this again, a very old saying comes into the picture. It's very important to come out of the comfort zone as well, right? So as I progressed through my 2-year journey, I realized there were multiple opportunities which will actually test me, which will actually stretch me and go to the other limits and other bounds, right? So that's when I applied for multiple other position of responsibilities as well, whether it's a cultural festival, whether it's the annual management festival, whether it's a consulting event. And that's when I realized that that's where actually the magic lies, right? When you're actually stretched. And this is where these 2 years actually turned around and really made me a new person, because I experimented a lot of things. And because IIM Indore gives you that platform wherein you can have a diverse experience, whether it's through clubs, through committees, or even through interest clubs, right? Like if you're interested in music, if you're interested, if you have some hobby to create in yourself, that can also be a possibility there. I remember in 2016, and we have Soumyadip with us, who will also be speaking next. He actually founded an entire IFI summit over here. So those opportunities also IIM Indore provides to you. And that's where really the magic happens, is what I believe. Yeah. The next important bit is around managing time. And this question keeps on coming as to, is there any secret or is there any formula to manage time? Honestly and frankly, there is none. It is dependent on the flow that person has built in. Every individual has a different schedule on how they want to manage their time. But yes, it is very important that you stick to a particular schedule that you have been following, to find as the best sweet spot for you, right? And you also divide your time between ACADS, classrooms, and also the PUR bit that you would put doing. It is very important to form a study group over here. And as Motiani sir was also sharing, the peer group, right, that actually forms the backbone of you. I'll share some examples with you. I was very weak in operations management when I joined college. The first 15-20 days, I was finding it really difficult to actually succeed in operations management. And the peer group, the study group that the PGP office did form with us, had very few people who had a background in operations, right? In supply chain. So what we decided is we reached out to the other study groups in our class so that we can get a experience from a supply chain individual who has actually worked in an operations field, so that they can guide us, right? So this is very important, right? It's kind of a give and take when you are there in a peer learning setup, in a study group setup. You will help them with your strengths, and they'll help them with your strengths. So it's not always competition. It's finally collaboration that will help you succeed in these 2 years of IIM Indore. Considering the new normal, and I think so, the first term, which will be virtual in nature, it would be also be good for you to actually connect with all the other individuals who have their strengths in other areas, so that you can manage the time very well, right? Coming to a very important bit on the positions of responsibility. So there are a few advantages of POR, having a POR, right? It's a significant resume point. But more and more, you should not treat it as a resume point in itself. You should treat it for its experience and its learning. So whenever you're choosing that you want to enter a particular committee, club, or an interest club, and you'll get to know more about it when you join IIM Indore. There'll be a lot of sessions of the people who are part of this committee and club who will explain you what these clubs are all about. I think so it's the experience that matters the most, right? So for me, right, when I was part of academic committee, and you'll also come to know there's a bidding system that happens in college where you bid for particular subjects, right? We found out that bidding portal is actually a very legacy system. It's very, very old system that can actually be replaced. And we were actually the first batch to initiate that replacement. And whatever feedback I've got from the past 4 years, the new portal and the new bidding system really works well. And this actually hit me in my mind that how technology can actually shape the complete 600 people that we had on campus and how it can make life simpler for them. And this gave me an inspiration to be in the technology field, and then post which I'm now working in Unilever and Procter & Gamble, focus more on technology, right? So these are some of the fundamental stepping stones that can actually help you when you're working in a team. And when I was working in academic committee as well as in the IRIS, which is the annual management festival, these are some of the fundamentals really developed me as an individual. It also exposes to new dimensions of MBA. Whatever you hear from the classroom, whatever you hear from the case studies, you can actually find that and actually implement some of those things when you're working with the team and when you're organizing a real world event. It also gives you an important opportunity to network with peers, not only with peers, but with seniors, with administration, and the very small nitty-gritties that you learn while interacting with them. And this goes a long way in your corporate life as well, right? So it's very important that once you enter IIM Indore, based on your interests, based on your learnings, and based on how it fits with your previous experience, that you choose a club, committee, or an interest club for a position of responsibility. But yes, it is extremely important that you manage it with academics. Go with the flow, right? Whatever your past learnings are and all that, go with that flow as you develop it. And also, don't take any stress. You may feel lost in the first 15, 20 days, but it's important to use your support system, like your iMentor, your SOS, that Motiani sir has very called out, also your seniors, your alums, and so on, right? So this was a short presentation I had. Best of luck to all of you, right? I really wish that your next 2 years are really wonderful, and we are all in this together. Thank you.
So Aditya, there is one question from Abhishek Nidhi. So right now my situation is, I'm quoting him. Sure. I'm interested in almost every domain. Kindly suggest how do I know that which domain is best suited for me, as I am from engineering background.
Yes, thanks a lot for that question, Abhishek Nidhi. Yeah, so this domain selection, right? So there are 2 ways that you can do it. So when you're deciding on a committee or a club as to which domain you want to get into, it could be when you hear from the people who have actually worked in that committee or club, right? So when you go onto the campus, you will hear seniors talking about their experiences in their committee and club. And based on that, you can actually choose an interest. Right. So, for example, I didn't have a finance background in my past. I was also from engineering. So I didn't have much interest in finance, but I really wanted to learn about it and wanted to come out of my comfort zone. So I decided in second year, I will do a 3 months kind of a work in the finance space with the finance club members. So that really helped me choose the domain.
Yeah, thank you, Aditya. So now I would like to invite Soumyadeep. So he's also from the same batch, class of 2016. He has been founder of i5 Summit, which is a huge event. Currently, he's a business development consultant at Google. So, Samiti, please share your experience and also please talk about the activities and events at Planet I.
Sure. Can you all hear me?
Yes,
Sure. Uh, just, just give me one sec. Can you all see my screen?
yes, your screen is visible.
Sure. So this is my journey at IIM Indore. So I have Aditya and I have Rahul sir before and others. So like I find my entire journey at IIM Indore term one in 4 stages. So stage one is why I was very excited about life because you join IIM Indore, you have made your IIM dream come true, and there is this inherent social status that comes into the play. So everything sounds very, very, very exciting. And you come into the campus, you meet so many new people. In your case, you'll meet them virtually. I'm sure the social media groups are buzzing. So there's a lot of excitement about doing like new stuff, meeting new people. Now, once you come down to the campus, then you become very participant in every event. Like I applied to every event, I applied to every POR, I applied to almost every competition, attended almost every session, and slept at 5 o'clock or later. I haven't slept in some classes, slept in the classroom otherwise. So that's what I did in the first two phases. Now, as the term progresses, suddenly the midterm hits you, and then you start feeling overwhelmed. And but still the fear of missing out something always stays with you because you want to be there at every point, because nowhere in your life probably you have got this opportunity to do so many things. So now you are getting this opportunity, so you don't want to lose it. You will again try, but what will happen is you'll realize that you are doing too many things but there is hardly any effectiveness, and that will actually lead you to something called acceptance, that okay, you can't do all these things. There are things which are in your control and things which are not in your control. So you have to pick and choose between what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and at the same time, like how you want to shape your coming 2 years, to figure out that like what sort of strengths you want to take away from the campus, because the campus gives you that opportunity to become whom you want to be, the best version of yourself, which is otherwise very difficult to become in a say normal setup, like unless you get a privilege of working in a early stage startup or you're building something on your own. So, and my story is a little say funny because of simple fact that I did not get through any POR. So the proper PORs of clubs and committees, I didn't get through it. I applied to all, I didn't get through it. So I thought, why not try it and start your own POR? So for getting one POR, I ended up starting an event. So jokes apart, the idea was I was very much into like say entrepreneurship. So I wanted to start off an event, and Indore had both IIT and IIM. And I thought, why don't we just like pitch it to the student committee? Aditya was there, a few other friends were there, then take it to the director and started the event. So the idea was that like I wanted to learn something from the campus where we know more about say team bonding, more about how you manage teams, manage expectation, manage very highly talented workforce. Because nowhere in your life, even in the future, you will not find this many people who are this talented and they can give yourself run for money. So that will gonna you will be able to manage that or work with them or build a team with them. So I5 and IIM Indore gave me that opportunity. So that basically made me reflect and brings me back to, if I were you today, how would I look at it? How would I look at stuff, and how would I probably say position myself as a talent when I go out after 2 years as a transformed individual? So first number point, we all have our own story, and at the same time, we all have our unique personal brand. And please, in this world, we right now need to take personal brand very seriously, because simple fact is, for all of us, IIM Indore is like, say, all of us have the IIM Indore brand with us, but how do we leverage it better? So we come with different backgrounds. We come with different academic and different aspirations. It is better to have some sort of clarity. I will not say absolute clarity, because I'm sure all of us are still finding that. But what you like more is something, or having some inclination and doing some research for that. And then according to that, start choosing the POR. What is the right POR fit? What is the right team fit? And looking at that to make sure that you're creating this like your own story around it. Second part of that is that getting a POR is definitely a differentiator in the campus. However, when the companies look at it, they're looking beyond PORs. They're looking at qualities. Have you gone above and beyond what is expected? Because otherwise, just another line on your resume. So if you have done something extraordinary which others have not done, or you have taken the committee or club, say beyond their normal scope of work, as Aditya was mentioning, he took the academic committee to get a new bidding system, or for my case, I built an entire new event. So in my last interview with Google, I was telling Google that I did this back in 2015, and still my interviewer across all the rounds, they were patiently listening to me that what I did in the campus, because it sounded exciting. It showed about I took an initiative, which is usually not a typical trait, because a lot of the time we just do what we are being told. So idea here is that first, like, look the right POR and then start stretching yourself above and beyond. It will prepare you for the outside world, and to also give you a very meaningful experience in terms of building the same. And last and not the least, I will say that what happens typically if you are in an in-campus setup, the regional groups will form. So I was a Bengali, so I had a lot more friends who are Bengalis, who, like, probably I would interact less with the other part of the country as a closer friendship. So that is something that is there with all of us. We slowly start forming a group, barring few exceptions. It's better to form a diverse group and better to network, and it's possible in the virtual first world right now, where we can basically block time, you can block their calendar, talk to them. Only if there is an academic peer group, but go beyond your peer group. Because the network is what you get from this campus. The people you know, the people who will make it big later. So getting them on board and working with them, making sure that, like, when the future world, if you want a job or if you want an introduction, you know your batchmates well, so that they can refer you, they can give you an introduction in that sales lead, or even say, like, they can talk good things about you in the market. Everything is important, and that's why we come to prestigious places like IIM. So it is important for us to know all of them, not at a very personal level. For you can only know, say, like, a 50-55 people at the high side on a personal level, but having basically a basic courteous relationship with almost everyone in the batch, and taking that effort to know them better, because that will help you become a better individual. And if nothing, it will help you improve your communication skill. Because when I came into the campus, I would have said my communication level has, like, improved lips and bounds because of IIM Indore, because I was forced to do stuff, and then I took some initiative on my own, which made me somebody who can right now talk to any client and go in a sales pitch or go in a cold call and still feel confident about talking to them about any offering which we have. And I think that's a great skill to pick up from the campus. And that, I think I would leave that with you, that if you all are thinking about honing yourself certain skills, please put some priorities, and communication should be one of the larger priority. If you already have a very polished one, please improve that better, because there is nothing, like, there is no 100% say grade on a communication, but it always helps you in building bond and network well. And lastly, the word on a lighter note, because I didn't dare say, like, amazing grades, or I'm not the right person to talk about grades. So I would say party more, but unfortunately in a digital first world right now, it might not be possible in the first quarter, like, not for the first, but like first term, but the next term onwards, when you get back to campus, party hard as possible, because these are the things you'll remember once you go out of the campus. Thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, Soumyadeep, we have a few queries for you. Yeah, Rushika Powers has asked you, what is the timeline of club committees? When can we apply? What is the process, etc.?
I think the campus team can give it better, because I'm not the right person
Yeah,
right
definitely.
now.
Okay, sure. Sandeep Kumar Mohli has asked for your email ID. Then, then Saujanya Apparaju has asked you, how do we form great group of peers that would help in forming startup or bringing life to a unique idea?
So to be really honest, there is nothing called, like, you will never get to know what is a great group of startup, because the simple fact is that you'll have to talk to people, as many people as possible. When I started off the event, I started off a different bunch of people whom I thought they can help me out. As the things progress, you start forming, you will see people putting their hands up, working closely with you. And then you'll start seeing that they are helping you build a better, like, version of yourself. And mostly I'll say, when I came to the campus, I want to start a startup, but I realized it's beyond startup. There are a lot of other skills that you can build. So it is always better to interact with as many as people as possible and hear their story out. That will gonna help you in building your own story.
I think this we should take as the last question. how would you prioritize between academics, clubs, and other activities, competitions, while not burning yourself out?
To be really honest, as I told you first, like it is important to have, like, first of all, listen to everyone, but you have to figure out what sort of story you want to build for yourself, what sort of story you want to portray to the larger world. And if it is about like you want to become a sales leader, or you want to become so what adds value to that, understanding the value part of it, and then basically building the story and that line. And yes, because in I Am Indore, you'll end up getting few opportunities which are anyway which can anyway push you in other directions too. But the core part of it, like say team collaboration and all, what are the things you want to pick up and choose that and then apply to that selectively. No, don't do it like me. I applied to clubs, went through the voting process, I applied to committees, went to the voting process, I did almost everything, and ultimately got an say POR and IRS because I was desperate at that point of time. But having said that, like I chose a vertical where I was doing sales, I was doing sponsorship for IRS, so it helped me. So having that clarity is always important.
Yeah, thank you, Soumyadeep. So now I would invite to Cyril. She's from the recent batch of 2020. She has been in the alumni committee as secretary. So currently she is at Goldman Sachs. So Cyril, please share your experience, which is I think the most fresh experience among all the alumni. And please also talk about how alumni play a supporting role in shaping up career of the participants of PGP.
I think she's on mute.
Yeah, Cyril, uh, can you hear?
Thank you, Paritosh. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
You're all doing well, guys. So I just graduated in 2020, and I'm currently working with Goldman Sachs in their Global Investment Research Division as an analyst. To talk about academics and PORs, again, I'm not a topper either, but I can just give you a few tips on how to survive the first term. Academics is something that's going to be important throughout, but more so in term one, especially for folks who are trying to target the student exchange program, because your term one marks form the basis of the preference list for colleges you will apply to for your fifth term student exchange program. Also, because you're not choosing electives here, so there will be subjects you may not be interested in, but you will have to deal with them. And you're figuring out how the grading system works. There are various components. There will be quizzes, there will be class participation, there will be assignments, and there will be exams. And you have to perform consistently well in each of these components in every subject to ensure you end up with good grades in the end. I wasn't too much of a class participation person, but it helps if you practice asking questions in these lectures, as it makes you more confident to do so during your summer workshops, where your questions can either make or break the deal. Also, there are quizzes, so you should try to see which professor or for which subject you can have surprise quizzes, or for which subject you'll have informed ones, so that you're prepared accordingly in advance. In terms of POR, Aditya and Soumyadeep have spoken a lot and covered almost everything, but there are a few things which I feel that you should keep in mind. You should try to understand what the nature of work will be like, what your role would entail, and do not just take stuff that sounds fancy or something that everybody is targeting. It should rather be something that you will enjoy doing and you will connect with. There are various options you have on campus. You have clubs, you have committees, you have interest groups. If you want to align your interest with a particular domain, you can go for clubs. If you want to be aligned with other initiatives like alumni initiatives or placement initiatives, or you want to be aligned with sports, there are committees for all of these. There's sports committee, there is placement preparation committee, there is a placement committee, there is alumni committee, infrastructure committee. There are a host of options available on campus. In addition to all of these, you also have a lot of options to nurture your interests. Like there is a dance club, there is a drama club, there is a music club, Harmony. We have a lot of those options. So you should ensure that you're trying and picking and choosing stuff that you're interested in. A POR should not feel like a burden in the end, but it should be something that acts like a refresher along with all the other burden that you have already in term one. So there are various clubs and committees, like I said. You should do a bit of reading and see what is it that interests you, and then you should be applying. Most of the clubs and committees will have pre-processes which will try to gauge your understanding of what you are getting into. your ideas of what you will do to make the club and committees functioning better. And they will also try to see how well you fit in with the team. In addition to PORs and academics, there's one more thing that I want to address, and that is related to additional certifications because it is kind of related. So in addition to honing your skill set, these additional certifications also act as a signal to prospective recruiters on how interested or invested you are in that particular field. For example, for someone who's interested in finance, I would suggest try doing CFA or FRM. Luckily, a placement committee also allows you to write that you are a candidate for the exam in your resume, which is super helpful if you have not had any background in finance, but are interested and want to reflect that through your resume. Similarly, you can pick up relevant stuff according to your area of interest. There are certain points of parity and certain differentiating points. Parity are the ones which should definitely be there. For example, if you are having a marketing variant of the resume, literally everyone around will be having Google AdWords. So you should look up for whatever is relevant to your specific field of interest. And I would suggest also going above and beyond your academics and position of responsibilities to try to see if there are any additional certifications which will help hone your skill set. Also, this is term one where your focus will largely be restricted to these things with respect to summers and academics and getting into all these positions of responsibilities. But beyond the term, I can't emphasize on how well the infrastructure has been set up in campus. Please try to make the most of it while you're there. Play sports, watch movies, go to the Audi. Do ensure you're keeping yourself entertained on campus. These are going to be among the best years in your life. They are the best years of my life, and I wish you get a chance to hit the campus as soon as possible. Good luck and feel free to reach out.
Yeah, now we have many questions here.
Yeah.
So one question has been asked, does CGPA play a role in foreign exchange?
Yes. So like I mentioned, your first term grades will form the preference list for the student exchange bidding process to get into various colleges. So it is on the basis of your first term grades, the fifth term student exchange program.
Okay, one question is, how do you think the present clubs committee will function in the virtual mode? How will this affect our learnings from our participation in these clubs?
So they're actually changing a lot of things. For example, alumni committee is something that I was a part of last year, and we had rendezvous, which is one event we conduct for the incoming batch along with alumni for an interaction. And last year we actually had this in 5 different cities. That is how we've been having it every year. But this year we had a more virtual rendezvous in a virtual setup where we had almost the similar structure with alumni addressing people and with students being able to ask questions, and we ensured that there was alumni student interaction as well. So while I understand that the structure and the events, the way they're held will change, but clubs and committees are doing everything in their hands to ensure that you do not lose out on any of these experiences.
Okay, there are some questions regarding academics. How easy or difficult it is for someone from an engineering background with average ACADS to switch to finance?
I'm myself an engineer as well. I did not mention earlier. I'm an electronics engineer, and this was my first. This is the first time I'm working in finance or having any sort of exposure to finance right now. So it is not difficult. You have courses starting from basics, like you have accounting courses, you have finance courses, and you get a lot of electives to choose from in the second year. So you can choose subjects which interest you, and they do not assume that you come in with a certain set of skill sets or knowledge. They will ensure that they start from basics. So you're not at any disadvantage if you're starting off as an engineer.
Okay, so there is a question, are placement shortlistings based on CGPA?
No, so for your summers is what I'm trying to address here. I think there is another session scheduled tomorrow, which they will address this in detail. But your summers start off, like your shortlists and workshops, etc., start off earlier before your first term is done. So that is not based on your CGPA. It is based on more of your profile so far, and how you perform in those workshops is what determines your summer placements.
Okay. Well, there are some questions regarding summer placements. So, participants, tomorrow we have a session at 5 p.m. So, your queries will be answered tomorrow regarding placements and summer placements. So, one question is, which one do you think will be better, joining a community or a club?
So both actually take care of different things. Like I said, clubs act like a knowledge repository on campus. For example, you have Voyage Capital, which takes care of, which is an investment club in IIM Indore. You have the Equity Club, you have consulting club, you have a marketing club, you have an operations club. So all these are more domain oriented. Committees take care of a lot of admin stuff on campus. For example, you have an alumni committee which takes care of alumni initiatives and which takes care of alumni student interactions, where we have a lot of events which we organize for alumni, which consist of footprints, rendezvous, which you recently had, and a lot of other reunions and job postings for alumni. So this is something that the alumni committee takes care of. Media and PR committee takes care of all the sort of communications that you see on the LinkedIn page, etc., of campus. That is handled by the media and PR committee. And you have a lot of other committees like the placement preparation committee, the placement committee, the sports committee, the infrastructure committee, which looks at hostels and which takes care of all the other infrastructure on campus. So committees work like take care of a lot of admin work on campus and take care of all these other initiatives, while clubs are more domain oriented. So it depends on what is it that you're looking for, and accordingly you will have to take a call.
Okay. So, one question is, can you explain bidding process for electives and student exchange?
Okay, so for electives, essentially first term you have no electives, so it's going to be all fixed subjects, so there's no bidding process involved. In the second term as well, there is nothing of that sort. In the third term, you have two subjects which you have to choose from four options available, and that is a fairly easy bidding process. But from the fourth term onwards, you have to choose all electives. That is where the bidding process happens one term in advance, and you're giving a certain number of bid points, and you have to pick up a certain number of credits. There are minimum and maximum number of credits allowed for the term. So you decide whichever subjects you want, and you arrange your credits in such a way, and you arrange subjects in such a way that you are fulfilling all the other criteria, but the bid points remain constant for all the students. So you also have mock bid processes which happen in advance to give you an idea of how the process is like. And academic committee will actually walk you through in detail when you have the bidding process.
So, there are many questions related to CFA.
Okay.
So, about the exam and all. One question is, can we manage CFA along with term one?
Oh, yes, it's definitely possible. So a lot of people actually in my batch as well gave the CFA after they were done with first term. So your first term will get done. For us, it was done by October. For you all, I think probably a month ahead. But CFA exam is something that is held in December. So ideally, it is not clashing with your term one, and you will be done with your summers in a normal scenario. You'll be done with your summers and term one before CFA, and it is very much doable.
Okay. There are many questions still. I think questions are repeated related to CFA.
Okay, if there's anybody who wants to ask anything or wants to reach out, feel free. You can look me up on LinkedIn and just ping me. I'll ensure that I answer all of those questions. Thank you so much.
One question is, can we not join multiple clubs, committees, even if it's not in capacity or POR?
No, so you cannot join multiple clubs and committees. You can be a part of only one. While I have said that, you can be a part of interest groups. So you can be a part of clubs and committees, and along with that, you can be a part of interest groups, but you cannot be a part of multiple clubs and multiple committees.
I think we will take this last question. Can you elaborate on how we can secure live projects while doing our MBA?
Okay, so a lot of these clubs, like I mentioned, consulting club, Equity, marketing clubs will ensure that they keep bringing different live opportunities for you. And they will float around emails which will explain those live opportunities in detail. And then you will have to apply for those live opportunities. And then the organization or the company with whom you're doing the live project will take care of the selection process and will ensure that, and will select one particular group out of all the groups, one or two particular groups depending on their criteria, out of all the people who have applied for the live project.
So thank you, Cyril. So it was a great session. It was great to see the overwhelming interest of the participants of the incoming batch. So I would like to thank all the guests and alumni speakers for their insights. So thank you, participants. Please join us tomorrow again at 5 p.m. where we will talk about summer placements, industry expectations, and how you can prepare for these. So thanks a lot.